How do you get through a tough day? We all have a tough day. As a matter of fact, we all have many tough days. If you really think about it, out of 365 days in a year, I can probably tell you 1/3 of the year we have tough days. Then another 1/3, we have what we call the neutral days. And then another 1/3 is what I consider to be pretty decent, good days. So let's talk about the tough days. When I talk about tough days, I'm talking about you might have some kind of problems raising your kids. All of a sudden you got a call from the principal, your kids got into a fight, and you as a parent required to show up to talk to the teachers and principals to resolve that issue because your son or daughter got into a fight with somebody else. So that's a bad day. That's going to disrupt, that's going to distract your attention of doing the things you need to do to make money, to enhance your career, to be successful as an entrepreneur, whatever that might be. A tough day could also be you have a big disagreement with your partner, somebody that you work with for years, and all of a sudden you share some discrepancies on the accounting books, and you have doubt about your partner of not telling you the truth when it comes to profits and etc. Or it could be a big fight, a big argument with your spouse on some issues on raising kids. It could be something has to do with your own health, or it has something to do with your job. You really feel that your boss are taking advantage of your efforts, your hard work, and taking all the credit away from you to prevent you of getting that promotion. I'm sure you get what I'm saying. We all will have tough days, and tough days are pretty damn tough. It's bad. I have many of those tough days in my life in the past. Even in my current moment, I have tough days, right? It's very tough. And today I want to share with a short video of how do you overcome those tough days and eventually prevail in life. That's what I want to talk about. Because if you are able to make tough days to be a neutral days, a tough days to become a good day, you do enough of those, then you're going to be able to win in life. For me, when I have my tough days, which I do have a lot of those, because I already told you 1/3 of the days in a year, you're going to have problem, challenges, crisis, issues, whatever you call it. The first thing that I'll tell you, what I do is I don't sit around. I move around. And as simple as that sounds, it's very important. So when people have tough days, they sit at the house, sit in their room, they don't do anything, they close the blinds, and they just kind of like dwell on the issue, dwell on the crisis by themselves. That is a big no-no. Go out, enjoy the sun, go get a cup of coffee, go run for 30 minutes, go produce some videos, for example, like what I'm doing today. Go make some phone calls. As long as you move around, even if you're in your house, walk around. Trust me, it helps a lot to increase your energy to get out of yourself from a depressive mode, right? The second thing is make sure you understand when you are by yourself alone, especially if you don't know how to process issue yet. Make sure you have few people in your life, have their names on a speed dial, meaning if I don't feel good, who are the top 3 people I will pick up a phone call that I'll be calling, because you know these people, they're not going to be judgmental to you, right? You have to be able to pick up a phone call and say, this person, if I have any issues and challenges in my life, this is more of an energized bunny. This person, it makes me laugh. This person gives me perspective of not turning a molehill into a mountain. Make sure you have 3 of those names on your speed dial and call those people when you're not feeling well. Because at the end, we can't be alone when we face challenges and dark moments. It is very helpful in my past experience when you have someone, it could be a mentor, it could be a teacher, it could be an amazing, outstanding friend that does not judge of who you are or whatever mistake you made, and that person are able to just to be there to listen to you and also kind of like give you their perspective of life because they've been there, done it as well. And the third thing I think is going to help a lot of you to get through tough days is what I call perspective, right? Perspective, perspective, perspective. This is huge. Just always remember, it doesn't matter how tough your life is right now. And I know it's tough for some of you, again. But I also promise you, out of 7.58 billion people living in this world, I can tell you probably 99% of those people living in this world today, 99%, okay? Probably, and a lot of these people live in third world country, if you think about it. And they live in an environment that doesn't have opportunities. They don't have an environment that provides the best health care. They don't have an environment that allow people like you to succeed as long as you're willing to work hard, because we live in the United States today. Always find the perspective of there are always going to be people that have worse situations, worse problem than myself here. And those people, they are willing to trade their problems, their crisis, their issue in a heartbeat with you. And if you develop that perspective, it will help you to grind through those tough days. And lastly, but absolutely not least, is that you gotta live your life with gratitude. Being grateful is always go back to the origin and find out, what am I grateful for today? Everybody, if you dig deep enough and you think about it, that you are actually better than most people living in this world today. You might already have food and shelter, and most people don't. You have a car, you don't have a Ferrari, you don't have a Mercedes, you might not have a BMW, but you have a car. Most people don't have a car in this world. They walk 20 miles to go to work. You might have a tough kid right now. You might have tough kids that you're raising up right now. And you look at everybody else, seems like their kids don't have any problem. But in reality, that when people have problems, have issue with their kids, they don't publicize it. They also have to go through those dark moments of, learning how to raise strong-willed kids, troubled kids, whatever you call it, right? So you have to be grateful that you actually have kids. Right? There are people, I'm not saying people that don't want to have kids, and some people, they don't want to have kids, great. But there are people living in this world today, they want to have kids, but somehow they can't have kids for whatever health reason. That could be the reason, right? You have to be grateful for those kind of things, all right? You might not have the money you're having today, right? But you also have to understand, you at least have the opportunity to figure out what you want to do with your life, because you're living in a country, you're living in an environment that if you are willing to search long enough, deep enough, you will eventually find something that fits you. But versus a lot of people, they might not even have that opportunity. You get what I'm saying, guys? Tough days are tough. I'm not saying that, hey man, don't worry about it, because I have my share of tough days, and it's really, really tough. But I'll tell you, every time I go back to those 4 things I just talked about, it really helped me to get through those tough days. And remember what I say, guys. If you get through enough tough days, one day you're gonna have a great life. And I hope today my message, heartfelt message to a lot of you who's facing crisis, challenges, having a lot of tough days, and you think that nobody knows about it, and you're by yourself, you're not alone. You're absolutely not alone. So I hope today's short video message have given you a lot more confidence, given you a lot more, hope, if you will, to go through those tough days. I'm here with you, JW here. My content, comment below, and download my JW Just Win app. See you next time.